have a lot of time, so I'm going to make this quick. I have a lot of studying to do. Let's just get into it. Stoke City has played awful. Last two games, we lost 7-2 against Manchester City, and we lost against Bournemouth 2-1. That's not good at all. So for the Man City game, we were down 3-0 in the first half. So that's fine, whatever. We come out guns blazing in the second half. We come within a goal, it's 3-2. Then we let up 4 goals to end the game. Bournemouth, same thing. We're down after the first half, 2-0. We come back 2-1, and we can't put anything else on the board. Now we have Watford and Leicester City coming up. Maybe we can get a win, because if we don't, we're really screwed, because we're in a place of relegation. And I don't want that to happen. No one wants that to happen. Well, except people who don't like Stoke City. Now on to basketball. Actually, I'm pretty impressed so far. The Pelicans and the Nets have started off, I believe, 1 and 2 seasons. Pelicans beat the Lakers last night, 119-112. We lost to the Warriors 128-120, and we lost to the Grizzlies 103-91. So they're all relatively tight games. We came within 12 points in each game to teams that probably shouldn't beat. We only beat the Lakers. But the Warriors game, we looked good. We looked very good. Like I said, we came within 8 points. Davis had 35 points. We didn't look bad. I'm quite happy with that. We outscored them in the first quarter. They came out guns blazing. But overall, I'm pretty happy with that effort. But on the 24th, we play the Trailblazers. Hopefully, we can do some good things against them. As for the Nets, we're 2-1 start. Nice, I didn't realize that. Cool. We play the Magic again. The 24th as well. That's tomorrow. Cool. So both of them play tomorrow. We beat the Hawks last night 116-104. We beat the Magic 126-121. And we lost the Pacers 140-131. Holy crap, it's a high-scoring game. Whatever. So yeah, for the most part, very happy with how both of my NBA teams have started off. Not much to complain about. The losses were within 12 points each. One thing I was really happy about this weekend is UNC Charlotte finally pulled off their first win. It was an overtime thriller. Let's talk about the Giants. So last Sunday, the Giants pulled off their first win of the season, which is horrible to say, but we did it. We pulled off a win against the Broncos, 23-10, and I was actually really surprised. And then we lost 24-7 against the Seahawks yesterday. That didn't surprise me. But if we could just bring the luck that we had against the Broncos every week, that'd be fine. It really hurt. Main receivers are out. As you can tell, I'm just kind of struggling because I know nothing about football, and I've not watched many of these games, if any. I watched the Cowboys game because my roommate's a Cowboys fan, so that was terrible. We got the Rams next week, so we're probably going to lose again. It should be a decent game to watch. Hopefully we can scrap together and at least put in a decent effort, get more than a touchdown. If we put in effort like we put in against the Buccaneers or the Chargers or even the Eagles, I'd be okay with it. The effort we put against the Lions or the Cowboys or even the Seahawks last week, it's just awful. We just need to bring the effort back. Like I said, it hurts to have all our receivers out. But hey, could be worse. Now the Steelers, on the other hand. Well, let's talk about last week. Steelers last week went out there and kicked some Kansas City ass. Actually wasn't kicking any ass. It was 19-13 within 2 field goals or a touchdown. We played well, especially against a team like the Chiefs. We handed them their first loss. So, hey, you know what? A win's a win. You take what you can. But, yeah, so it was 3-2 in the first quarter, it's like the Royals were playing the Pirates. Then we came out in the second quarter. We put 10 points on the board. We held them scoreless through the second and third quarters, and then they had a touchdown and a field goal in the last quarter. Put up 10. And then we scored another touchdown. Could have been better. Roethlisberger threw an interception, had a touchdown. 252 yards. Really, it's not something to complain about. Now, this week against the Bengals, the Bongles, if you will, Roethlisberger did great for 14 for 24, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bell had 35 carries, 134 yards, and Brown had 4 receptions and a touchdown, 65 yards. We came out of the gate pretty well. We went in the second quarter tied, came out, and went into the next half up 20-14. And then we held them scoreless for the last quarter, scoring another touchdown, missing an extra point, and getting a field goal. So I guess it's called redemption. So yeah, 29-14 over the Bengals. Next week, we have the Lions. It should be a difficult game. Hopefully we can pull it off. So hopefully we can put in the effort like we did this week and the week against the Ravens. And we'll be good. We're all set to go. And baseball. Let me just review the season for a little bit. Let me start with the Yankees. Unfortunately, we could not come up with anything in the last game against the Astros. But you know what? That's fine. The Astros played a solid game. They scored 4 runs. We just couldn't get anything. We couldn't hit the ball. Oh, well. We need to learn to play better away from home. We tried. We really did. We just didn't give anything to the closer. Either game against the Astros and Houston at the last 2 games. And does that. We could have made them a lot closer. And then the Mets. The Mets. Oh God, the Mets. That was painful to watch. It was quite awful. And with all the injuries we had at the beginning of the season to our pitching staff, there's nothing we could have done. Honestly, nothing. Nothing we could have done there. Alright, so now to the NHL. So let's start with Nashville. My opinion, we were robbed of a win in Chicago. We lost 2-1 in overtime. That first goal should never have gone in. But their first one shouldn't have gone in. I think it was Ryan Hartman on Matt Irwin. Ryan Hartman took Matt Irwin's stick and he threw it across. Sure, you could have called Matt Irwin for cross-checking, but honestly, the goal still wouldn't have gone in. I would have been okay with any penalty called on the play whatsoever to stop. And that goal might not have gone in because Pecorino was solid that entire game. But there was no whistle blown. Yeah, you can call me a typical Predators fan for, blaming the refs. But you know what? They did cost us a lot in the Stanley Cup Finals. I have a lot to complain about. And then they cost us this game, but whatever. So then we went home, and we always do amazing at home. That's just how it is in Nashville. We went in 4-1 over the Colorado Avalanche, who actually aren't playing bad hockey. So we went in there. We took the 4-1 victory. It was a good game, a good all-around game by everyone. Good 60-minute effort. Played really well offensively. Philip Forsberg's still a beast. He's turned it on early this season. Let's hope he doesn't hit a slump. Victor Arvidsson as well. Always got the RV hustle going. So then the next game was probably our best defensive game against the Philadelphia Flyers. 1-0 with a nice goal with good effort from Kevin Fiala and Colton Sissons. That line is really clicked. Fiala, Sissons, and Smith in the absence of Bonino. Even that line with Bonino, that line is just clicked. It's a good second line. It's a good second line, maybe even a good third line. The Yarn Croak line could also be looked at as a second line. They've been phenomenal, and they've just put a lot of pressure on Craig Smith. He's at the door every game. He's got shots on goal, and he's missing just by a little bit. He's hit post a couple times in a couple different games. He's due for his due for a breakout season. And I really hope it's this season. He's a really good player. He's put in a lot of hard work. He's a hard worker. And yeah, he's just a phenomenal player. And then there was New York. So a couple days off. We play New York in a matinee on Saturday. And we take our 3rd loss of the season, 4-3-1. It was not a great game. I'm sure they could have called too many men on the ice penalty. Peter Laviolette was livid. He's been livid a lot. Damn referees. Anyway, Peter's been livid a lot. And this one is understandable. Too many men on the ice. Again, may have led to a goal. Depends. There's been a lot of time where we haven't gotten a whistle. And that's just for many reasons. Both teams playing hard. Tough hockey. Penalties just screwed us over again. So really, it's our own doing. And at the same time, for the other calls that haven't gone against the other teams, it's on them. It's also on us. I'm not blaming the refs entirely. We've played really well. We just can't get it together on the road. The only time we had was against Philadelphia. Anyway, yeah. So next game is Tuesday night against Calgary. Pecorino will probably start in net this week because, yeah, probably start in net on Tuesday and Friday because we're playing Chicago again in Chicago on Thursday. And then I believe Saturday we play New York at home. So we have 2 games this week at home, one against Western Conference, one against Eastern Conference, and then we have one in Chicago again. So hopefully we can go in there and play like we did last time. We've had a good 60-minute effort. We just got to pull it out again. On to the New Jersey Devils. Now, this team has surprised everyone. You can say all you want, you can say it's early in the year, but they're first in the Metropolitan Division. They look like they can play hockey. And it's oh so beautiful. So, we have a week off from Friday, and we'll hopefully get everything together. Hopefully Corey Schneider can come back. He can skate in the morning skates and stuff like that. So let's start out. We've had 2 back-to-backs in the last week. Starting last Friday against Washington. Washington came into the Prudential Center and just smushed it. We did not look like we were there. Shit. Okay, so Schneider's not coming back. We have Wedgwood and Kincaid to work off of. I don't remember who started in the Washington game, but it didn't end well. We lost 5-2. We didn't play well. We were outshot, I believe. The Rangers game, on the other hand, the second half of the back-to-back on Saturday, we looked great. 3-2 over the New York Rangers. Sure, they haven't played their best, but honestly, we've looked good. We look like we have all season, or all this preseason and early in the season, putting in the full 60-minute effort. Drew Stafford and Jesper Bratt have looked amazing. Probably 2 of my favorites on the board right now. They've been playing really well. And then Drew Stafford struck twice. He scored 2 goals in the 5-4 win over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Sure, it was in a shootout, and Kyle Palmieri could not come in any more clutch. But you know what? It felt good. Once again, in overtime against the Ottawa Senators, 5-4, Mr. Overtime himself, John Moore, came in and just scored one hell of a goal against Ottawa. And look, it's just been a full team effort. Our defense has beefed up a little bit in the offseason. We've looked really, really good. And that's just about all I can say. Friday happened. We lost 3-0 against the San Jose Sharks. The effort was there. We had a lot of shots on goal. Just Martin Jones played lights out. Next game is this Friday at 7. We'll play the Ottawa Senators again, but this time we play them at home. We played really well on home ice, except actually our 2 losses came at home ice. We're playing pretty good at home ice. We just got to put together the effort and hopefully not drag it into overtime. So there's that. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, click like. And if you want to see more, click subscribe. I'll have another one out hopefully sometime next week, going over the last week in sports. Thanks, guys.